I'm finally feeling organised. I'm feeling better. I've still got a bit of a dodgy throat, but I am on the outside of whatever it was that was going on for. Well, it felt like weeks. It felt like we were sick soon after we got back from the UK. So yeah, finally feeling better. It's cold. It's misty, and it's not meant to. The mist isn't meant to lift today. Um, I've been to the doctors this morning for a pneumonia vaccination. What we knew as back in the 60s and 70s as a Heath test, which is to see what my immunity is like for tuberculosis. So I've had that this morning. And I'm feeling like a bit of a pincushion really, because I had to do my normal weekly methotrexate injection. I succumbed last night to my winter duvet, and I remembered I bought it towards the end of winter last year, and it was really warm, very light, really comfortable and cozy, but very warm. And I succumbed last night because I'd sort of been cold most of the day, and I thought I'm going to have my winter duvet on, and I was very cozy. I had to shove bits of leg out during the night, but actually it's lovely, and I was hoping to hang on till the beginning of November, but it is cold. I mean, we haven't got a fire alight. Mark's going to light that in a minute, but we went to the doctors, we went shopping, so we're having a bit of a break before he lights the fire. Duncan's here. He was late arriving this morning, but he's here. The bunker really echoes because he took the carpet up yesterday. It looks really weird in there. Unbelievably, the carpet wasn't glued down. It was quite striking that it wasn't glued down, but underneath it was just concrete, just a sort of, well, not even a flat concrete floor. It was. He's had to dig bits of it up and then concrete it, and then he's going to put leveler on tonight before he leaves. So yeah, he's doing that. I made yesterday. I made falafel. I call them falafel. You call them falafel. I say tomato. You say tomato. Whatever. I made those yesterday, and it was a 800 grams of tin. It was an 800-gram tin. So it's normally enough for 2 meals. So I held some back, and we today, the day before that, I made a savoury mince, a little bit like a savoury mince that you would have had, or I would have had as a kid. So just mince and onions and a beef flavoured stock or something, no garlic, no extra bits in it. So I made that a couple of days back, had some of that left over. I got some baked beans left over in the fridge, and I'd got 2 or 3 whole tomatoes in a tin left over. So I'm mixing the mince with the tomatoes and the beans, and then I'm going to put the falafels over the top, and then I'm going to put mashed potato with a bit of grain mustard in it over the top of that, and make a sort of cottage pie. And I know it'll be lovely because it normally is when I do stuff like that, but the trouble is I can't replicate it because it's like it's using leftovers rather than, you can't always replicate leftovers. It's like if you make bubble and squeak, every time you make bubble and squeak, it's always a bit different because your leftovers were different. I bought Brussels today, so it's that time of year when you can buy Brussels, and I'm really pleased about that. I love Brussels, so we're going to have Brussels with it. Yesterday we had broccoli with the falafels, which is a bit of an odd combination, but I do lots of odd combinations. I do what I have. That's it really. So yeah, I'm pleased to feel, I'm feeling that I'm organised. It's, that I'm on top of what's going on. We came back from the doctors and stopped and did a bit of shopping to get through the weekend, and I feel organised, whereas last week I was firefighting. And I hate that. I'm not very, I much prefer to be proactive rather than reactive. But, last week I was just firefighting. And there was something else that came into my head. And yesterday I went back to art. I'd been away from art for 2 weeks because of this cold thing, whatever it was. I'd been away from art for 2 weeks, and I struggle in art now anyway, as I've said. and I only managed half an hour yesterday before I was like, you know, I've had enough, I'm hurting. So what I did was I stopped. Instead of pushing myself to keep going, thinking, oh, God, it's only half an hour, that's not okay. That won't make people happy. I just decided to take care of my needs. I stopped, I moved it away, I sat back and found myself a comfortable position to sit in and just sat and, you know, listened, because I like being there. It's a nice social space for us. You know, in French, it's a really nice place to be. So I just sat back and you know, and then Claire asked me, you know, are you done? And I went, yep, that's it for today. I'm just going to sit here, just taking a, you know, a pause. And she was fine with that. So I think that's what I need to do, because actually pushing myself to carry on longer in that position where I'm aching is not a good thing. So yeah, I've taken some tips from Miranda Hart's book, I think, about surrender, about giving in and not pushing yourself all the time. It's like taking care of me and my needs instead of, I don't know, worrying about what other people might think or want, or, you know, pleasing others. I don't do that a lot, but there are times that I'm much more aware. I've become much more aware of it as I read through her book, about where I do, you know, not meet my needs and I don't take care of myself in a way that I could. So yeah, but putting the duvet on last night was, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have my duvet on. I'm going to ask Mark to put it in the duvet cover for me, because I can't do that. And that's taking care of my needs, and yeah, it's really important. So that's it. We are getting quite a few eggs now, I think. I don't know, because I haven't been up and down to the chickens for several days. I don't know who's laying, and they're all laying the same colour. Mrs. Brahma lays a paler egg, but I haven't seen any of hers for a few days. But they're all very mediocre. I was looking at photos on my Facebook earlier, before we went to the doctors, and going through, and came across a photo of a collection of eggs when we had Mrs. Marin and Mrs. White, and they were just this whole multicoloured collection of eggs. It looked amazing, and now what we've got is what you would buy in a shop, which is fine. But yeah, I do miss having those really lovely coloured eggs, even though they're all the same on the inside. That's a really important thing to know, is that it doesn't matter what colour they are on the shell, they're all the same colour on the inside. Anyway, I'm going in to put the Brussels on. No, I'm not. I'm going in to sort out the meal, put the Brussels on. Mark likes his well done. So he says just before they reach soup consistency. Well, he ain't getting that today. He gets that at Christmas. I don't like soupy Brussels. I like mine to have a bit of bite to them. So yeah, I'm going to go and do that. And see you another time. Oh, have a good King's Day. When's King's Day? King's Day, or no King's Day is, I think it might be this weekend. Have a good no King's Day. Okay, bye.